Chapter 6 deals with emotion regulation. Emotion regulation refers to regulating your emotions in your daily life. Meaning, if something bad happens, so the healthy emotional regulation. I had an argument with my wife this morning, and after that, we talked about it, even though we were feeling distressed, hurt, maybe helpless, angry. But talk about it, accept it, and move on would be a healthy way to deal with it. An unhealthy way would be to shout at each other, grab a bottle of whiskey, and drown my sorrows in the shed in the garden with a big cigar. And alcohol, of course. That's not going to help. So that's not what we want. We want to be able to deal with the crisis in a constructive manner. Sometimes it's difficult to deal in a constructive manner, of course. So nobody's saying that you're not allowed to shout and be hurtful and be unhappy. But the thing is that after a crisis, if something bad happens, I just got a letter from my boss, email, saying that I'm going to be fired, so I don't have to come to work tomorrow. So I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be sad. I'm allowed to, well, if I want to shout, I can shout as well. But the point is, by doing that, I'm not solving any problem. What I want to do is understand that it's really bad news. Okay, it's logical that I feel nauseous, that I have to understand that I feel helpless, and I have to accept that things like this happen. Then either I can call my boss and ask him, what is this? Okay, in this case it's a him. Could be a her too, of course. Either I call the boss and ask, what is this? Why is this happening? Or I can say, okay, I'm not just going to go and look for another job. So we're not saying that in a crisis we have to act as if nothing's happened. We're allowed to suffer, we're allowed to feel, but after a while we have to get away with it. Get over with it, I mean. So if I would have had a fight with my wife, to shout at her and run away to the shed and smoke a cigar and drink a bottle of whiskey and then go to the bar in the village and just sit there the whole day would be a dysfunctional way of dealing with my pain. Instead, I have to be brave enough to sit with her and talk and discuss and accept maybe she's being unfair, or accept that I've been totally wrong in whatever I was doing or saying, and so on. So accept and then move on. We don't want dichotic thinking. There is no black and white. There's also a gray. So pay attention to the gray. Emotion regulation means to regulate your emotions in a constructive manner. So being angry is okay, but then you have to move on. Being sad is okay, you have to move on. Staying in that thing for too long, in that modus, so listening too much to your emotions is not right. Okay? Do the homework and move on.